We are ready for John Cena's retirement tour to end. This thing will be a stain on his legacy as one of the WWE's last true stars. From his ultimately retarded heel turn to his even more retarded face turn right before SummerSlam, where he basically just said, "Hey, this angle isn't working. I'm sorry, everyone. Let's treat it like Christopher Benoit and forget it ever happened." Which then extended to poor R-Truth as well. Too late to save that hair, though. After the usual utter waste of time establishing shots and shots of Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn like their US title bout is some huge deal, bro, we get a recap of that split timeline angle from last week where two versions of Logan Paul punching John Cena played out. I don't know if anyone listening has read The French Lieutenant's Woman or maybe seen the movie of it, but just randomly showing alternate endings had me thinking of that book. I won't spoil it too much, but towards the end we get to see more than one ending to the plot, and then I remembered that that book was actually good and well written, two things beyond Triple Nose's booking talents, if you can even call them that. Anyways, Logan Paul got absolutely booed to hell by the rowdy baguette munchers in the crowd. Paul cut a solid cheap heat promo. He's got this tacky jerk persona down to a T. He was born to be a bonehead wanker, and it's often very funny seeing him work it. This was all looking fine, and then it happened. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up as I felt the spirit of Satan himself step into my miserable flat, my pathetic bachelor pad. As Paul reminded us all of his true allegiance to his infernal majesty, Paul revealed he made TK Blow, the destroyer of both the UFC and the WWE, $6.6 billion in 6 seconds. 666. The Antichrist. The man of sin. The son of Satan. That's right. Emperor Nero. Shabbatai V. Adolf Hitler. Joseph Stalin. A certain morbidly overweight world leader right now whose name I won't dare say, for fears of upsetting the conservative mob. And now, Logan Paul. All candidates for the prophesied evil one. Shocking! I'm absolutely shocked! We're watching evil play out in real time here. Well, not quite, the show's over now, but near enough. Anyways, beyond that it went back to being a standard Logan Paul promo, including a funny moment where he labelled Big Match John an imposter. In French. John Cena then arrives to a megapop. The frogs love this guy. We all, bar angry smarks worldwide for many years, liked John Cena a lot for a long time, and then he went and disgraced himself. Earlier this year, now forever tainted by the filth of a strange proxy war behind the scenes between Triple Nose and Dwayne Roxon. So Netflix wasn't working for me very well here. I don't know about anyone else. Cena, after spending months trashing the fans, dropped to his knees here, spread their cracks and got his tongue all up in their dump chutes, droning on about how they, as wrestlers, need the fans, which, while obviously very true, also came off as lame and pandering here. Cena said Paul doesn't understand what they do here in wrestling, which in both kayfabe, where Paul is a decent wrestler with some passable singles wins, and reality, where he's proven to be a natural entertainer, it all seems very unfair. This just droned on and on and on. Cena still got charisma and presence, but he seemed like a miserable old codger telling a young guy to get off his lawn here. There was some dueling French from these two which the snail munchers loved, and then Cena went and grovelled for forgiveness from, I think, that stupid kid he was mean to on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know, all these fat kids, they're interchangeable. Anyway, the weird fat kid seemed more interested in playing with his phone than spending time with Peacemaker. Also, say what you will about Logan Paul, but the guy is clearly in elite level shape, so Cena telling him to whip himself into shape made no sense. It's like he's Eddie Kingston or something. This was not good, especially by these two standards, but we did learn the ugly truth of Logan Paul's ways, worshipping Lucifer. And we know Cena does too. We know that for a fact. All these Holly weirdos do. Taking it hard up the bazoo from fat old film producers, not naming any names, in exchange for silly B-grade roles. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. These two right now are probably conducting a real black mass, not that poser shite Aleister does. Backstage as we speak, Cena and Paul sacrificing some hapless child to Moloch, or whoever the hell being the operative word. Team Little Big Blondes are here to take on Chelsea Green's Euro jobbers. But wait! Oh no! Chelsea Green and the less hot one of that Scottish lady tag team from last year are here. And oh no, damn it, no, they've taken out Charlotte Flair. Oh no, I'm devastated. She adds so much to the show. Damn it, no. In no way is her whole career an embarrassing study in nepotism. Oh, damn that dastardly Chelsea Green. Damn it, no. Oh. Anyways, this was now a singles match between Bliss and Green, but not the bikinis and baby oil match I'd like to see between these two. Look, Chelsea Green is a good promo, but if you've seen one of her singles matches with this secret harvest stuff, you've seen them all. She's an arrogant comedy heel who gets surprisingly aggressive with the backup of her henchwomen, but then she either gets outwitted or overpowered, depending on the opponent, ensuring she looks at the lights for whatever outmatched babyface she's dealing with this week. And that's exactly what you got here. Bliss wins via roll-up. Cripple Flair limps out on that bum leg to get beat up with her pint-sized gal pal, so even though Green and that lady she's with always lose, they'll get a tag title shot or something. Make it make sense, I don't know. Sami Zayn is in his feelings. I believe the full phrase is, he in his feelings. That's what we've got here. And in this backstage interview, he talked about his gay thought. He talked about his feelings in this interview, his feelings. And he's feeling very confident. Like that time he won tag titles at WrestleMania 39, or that time he won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 40. I don't care, this guy blows. Definitely figuratively. And if that Karrion Kross feud was anything to go by, probably literally as well. What a gaylord, we're moving on. Oh, Cody Rhodes and Brandi Rhodes had another kid, that's nice, so Cody just ended racism again. It's twice in a row, quite impressive. Very convenient that Rhodes got taken out recently, right as his missus is popping out kid number 2. Very timely, very convenient indeed. Oh, and then there was a snippet of that disgusting show, WWE Unreal, here on the show where they're meant to pretend it's real. What is going on here? We get it. It's fake. We can tell. Now let us enjoy it, or at least try to, with how pathetically bad and large-nosed it all is. Aleister tried to be scary again, and let me tell you something, doing a little bit of kickboxing and having a slew of trashy tattoos does not a cool guy make. There were candles everywhere, so fire hazard alert reminded me of that scene in the first Saw movie where the flammable man has to read clues by candlelight. Let me tell you, it did not end well for him. Damian Priest then cut a terrible promo trying to be tough. And look, I actually like Damian Priest, and I was looking forward to his world title run, but it was a big flop, and now he's been swept under the rug into mid-card Nobodiesville. This sappy babyface act right now is not the answer either. You can't be some sadomasochistic bondage metalhead and try and talk fun and cool and nice. You gotta be scary, menacing, creepy. Priest needs to watch the original Hellraiser film and take some notes. Anyways, I went to grab a beer. I've had a long day. And when I came back, I'm just gonna say Giulia's girlfriend, because that's the storyline I would write. I don't know who this lady is. Anyways, I think she lost to Mrs. Keith Lee or something. And then Giulia put the beat down on Mrs. Keith Lee. So when's Giulia defending that belt? Seems like it never happens. Alright, Drew McIntyre is in the house. Business might actually pick up for a change. He's pretty good. He ran down his beefs with Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll's girlfriend, Randy Orton. Randy Orton enters the ring, and in the time it took from his music hitting to him actually getting in the ring, an elephant was conceived and birthed. Hurry up, you formerly cool has-been. My goodness me. Man, this show is so bad I don't even like Randy Orton anymore. This is just sad. The promo between these two was actually solid, with both guys seeming like angry, tough, grown men. What a novel idea for a wrestling show. McIntyre trashed Rhodes as a phony. Very hard to argue with when you watch those crocodile tears promos of his. He suggested Rhodes is just using Orton, studying him and his weaknesses, and Orton finally rediscovered the balls he tragically lost when Jelly Roll went balls deep in his pudding roll, when Orton revealed he's really out to get McIntyre simply because he hates him. He thinks this surly Scot is a prick. Oh, boom! How do you like them apples? Yeah. This all degenerated into a fun brawl, during which Randy Orton flattened Hurricane Helms with an RKO, which was pretty funny, actually. It was quite good. Fun stuff. Least bad portion of the show so far, bar Orton's never-ending entrance. It got ruined later on, though, when Orton was getting chewed out by Nick Aldis, and that was just an excuse to set up a stupid product placement ad for some tacky cheap whiskey or something. Good golly Wally, what even is this show? This is just a disaster zone. Alright, the Street Profits, good tag team. Could be the best tag team in WWE if the promotion just committed fully to pushing them. Come on, Hunter. Don't judge people on the shade of their skin. Judge them on the quality of their work. You've made some headway in this regard this year. Let's keep it going. Let's keep that progress. Progressing. Get the belts back on these guys and away from the Wyatt sucks. Thank you. Carmelo Hayes and The Miz also in the house. Neither of these guys are bad at all, but they're here to lose. Neither of them get to do that whole winning thing very often. The Miz's yes kicks are some of the absolute worst kicks I've ever seen. This guy has no hip mobility, which is weird for a wrestler. Their training is normally full of mobility drills, as far as I'm aware. To put it very bluntly, whenever Miz wasn't in the ring, the work rate was pretty high here. Miz is a very good character man, very good promo, but he'll never really be 1996 Shawn Michaels, will he? And for some reason, the Wyatt Six stumbled on out near the end here, leading to the Profits helping Mello do what he does best, counting the lights on the ceiling. Passable TV tag team match for what it was. And grab your earplugs. Tiffany Stratton is on camera. Eardrums be ringing. Jade Cargill is her challenger again, apparently. And the crowd goes mild. Alright, it's main event time. Solo Sikoa, he's not bad. A perfectly serviceable mid-card funny heel, and his useless band of Wish Team You bloodline nonsense. They're not so good. They're all here. US Gold on the line opposite that underdog who actually nearly always wins. How can you be an underdog when you thrash almost everyone? Good grief, when's Kevin Owens coming back to take care of this guy again? Zayn is taking a break from being in his feelings to wrestle, playing with shirtless men, something we know he thoroughly enjoys. Slow start, Sikoa ground Zayn down and stuffed multiple comeback attempts. And by the way, guys, if you didn't know, Hikuleo is pretty tall. You might have seen him at ringside, and he's a tall guy. The camera might have made that clear to you. I don't give a damn what his new name is. He'll always just be that tall guy New Japan wasted years on training. Wasted an entire Jay White loser leaves town angle on, and a G1 semi-final spot on, all for nothing. Not Jey Uso eventually helps Sami lame out, and oh good, Jacob Fatu's here. Let's see him drool like a rabid dog into his beard again. And even with all that help, Sami Zayn still takes a spinning solo. Oh no. Sikoa fights through a sunset powerbomb bump to land a Samoan drop and a fat boy splash. And it doesn't look nearly as devastating as Bronson Reed's one, to be honest with you. Zayn eventually hulks up and I can't even be asked to review this properly. He takes Sikoa down with 2 haluva kicks and he wins the belt. He wins the belt. There, you happy now? Jacob Fatu was meant to be a big thing, and they cut his title run short for Solo Sikoa. Sikoa's meant to be a major heel, fine, maybe some gold would help him with that, but now they've cut this short for another Sami lame, feel good, allegedly, underdog title run no one asked for. There are no more words. This video is over. This show was a spewing rectum of slimy filth.